Well, good morning to y'alls. I thought that I would do a little video here and tell a little story since the post office doesn't have my Money in the Bank DVD today, which sucks. I was gonna do my Money in the Bank DVD pickup, but apparently it's lost in the mail. So I don't know, I'm sure they'll figure it out. So I thought I'd do a little story time with old Jim to keep you entertained today, and I think this one will keep you entertained. And the year was 1996, and it was November of 1996. I had a girlfriend of about 4 months at that time. Remember the time frame, November 96. I had a girlfriend at the time, and I was 16 years old, so we used to do our thing all the time in her house and kiss and hug, and I feel her boobs and normal teenage shit. And one night her parents were out gambling, and she was home alone. I was home alone with her, and one thing led to another, and then the question comes up, do you want to have sex? Sure, let's have sex. And this was the first time. I had lost my virginity, not knowing nothing about sex. And so we get into it, and I popped my cherry for the first time, and it's all good, and everything's good. And then when it's over, that's when the problems began. I mean, we used a condom and stuff, and we were good. We used a condom and whatnot, but still being like a 16-year-old kid, you can't help but worry. Did you get her pregnant? Did you get her pregnant? Did you get her pregnant? And I remember all through the 1996 Survivor Series, watching that show on pay-per-view at home, sitting at home worrying during the whole Survivor Series. Dude, if you got this girl pregnant, your dad's going to throw you out in the street. Your dad is going to throw you out in the street because you can't be getting no girl. We were both 16. You can't be getting no girl pregnant at 16. Your dad's going to throw you out on your ear. So I remember the whole entire Survivor Series just worrying the whole time. So now every time I see the 1996 Survivor Series, I can't remember. I mean, I can remember vivid memories of how much I worried and how much my 96 Survivor Series was ruined by me worrying about getting this chick pregnant that I was with, a week earlier. I mean, everything worked out good. When she finally got her period, I mean, she was late on her period and stuff, but, eventually, she got her period. I never got her pregnant, but when you're 16, you tend to worry about that kind of stuff. I was like, I didn't want to get thrown out. I was just a young kid. I didn't know nothing. I was a junior in high school when I was 16, working at Little Caesars, running track, going with this gal. Yeah, that was kind of a bad memory. I was so worried. This is a funny one. I was so worried that I actually called a local doctor there in town, a gynecology office, and I asked her a bunch of pregnancy questions. And I didn't realize that my call on my answering machine was being audio recorded. So that in my phone was really weird. And so now, every time someone would call my house phone, the audio recording of me and the doctor's conversation would come up every time you call the house. So one time, my mom called up the house. She called up the house, and then the whole entire audio conversation between the doctor and me played for her, for my mother, when she had no clue. You know how embarrassed I was that when people would call me, eventually I threw that phone away, and I was working at Little Caesars, so I had some more money. I went and bought a new phone because, I mean, them audio conversations were about periods and short periods and bloodiness, and I mean, it was not nothing that needed to be discussed. But yeah, it's crazy because my whole life is tied into pro wrestling. Even when I lost my virginity, the 1996 Survivor Series when Sid won the belt from Shawn, completely ruined by me thinking I got some gal pregnant. Holy cow, Jim, how old are you? How long have you been a wrestling fan? So anyways, I just want to keep you a little bit entertained with Geminism. And yeah, I'm working on that John Cena video. It'll be up later. But in the meantime, enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys soon. Holy cow, Jim.